You don't need a marketing degree or years of experience. Listen, if you've ever talked yourself out of starting a profitable side hustle just because you felt, completely underqualified, well, the source material we're looking at today is going to completely shatter that mindset. Today, we're exploring a skill that local businesses across America are absolutely desperate for.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're breaking down the source material from day 33 of our series. Today is all about social media management. It's a massive, in-demand skill right now, and we're going to walk through the 0 to 1 playbook for mastering this, even if you are starting from absolute scratch.
Here's our roadmap for today. First, demystifying the job. Next up, verified 2026 pricing. Then the niche advantage, how to land your very first client. And we'll wrap up with the essential free tool stack.
All right, Section 1, demystifying social media management. There is this massive, really intimidating misconception out there that handling social media for a business means you have to act like some high-powered Madison Avenue marketing agency. But the reality of what local businesses actually need, it's completely different and honestly way more manageable. Let's break down the actual daily checklist. You're basically just creating and scheduling posts across platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You write captions, you respond to comments and direct messages, track some basic analytics to see what's getting views, and occasionally whip up some simple graphics using a free tool like Canva. That is literally it. Most small businesses don't want a massive agency operation. What they desperately need is just someone reliable who actually shows up consistently and keeps their online presence alive.
Moving on to Section 2, verified 2026 pricing strategies.
So, knowing that workload, how do you actually price yourself? The source data sets a firm financial boundary right up front. Even as an absolute beginner, your time and your use of scheduling tools hold real market value. So, no working for less than $25 an hour, okay? Looking at the beginner tier of the 2026 industry standard, with 0 to 2 years of experience, the going rate is actually $500 to $1,500 per month per client. Once you hit that mid-level, with 2 to 4 years under your belt, it shifts to $35 to $75 an hour. And for experts with a proven track record, we're talking $80 to $140 an hour. But notice that beginner rate again. It's billed monthly. The source material strongly recommends this monthly retainer model over hourly billing, mostly because it guarantees predictable income for you and entirely predictable budgeting for your clients.
To really put this into perspective, the source material gives us this genuinely fascinating documented example from 2026. $3,600. That's the part-time monthly income of a social media manager named Maya. So Maya started out charging $800 a month for super basic Instagram management. We're talking just 3 posts a week and some daily engagement. But here is the amazing part. Within just 6 months, simply by adding Reels creation to her services, she bumped her rate up to $1,200 a month per client. With just 3 clients at that $1,200 rate, she hit $3,600 a month working strictly part-time.
All right, Section 3, the niche expertise advantage.
While $1,200 a client is fantastic, there's a massive multiplier effect that separates the struggling beginners from the premium earners. See, a generalist tries to manage social media for absolutely anyone and everyone, but a specialist, they pick one specific industry. Think healthcare, fintech, fitness, or even just local restaurants. By focusing exclusively on one niche, you learn their specific industry language, you understand their customers, and you position yourself as an absolute expert in that space. The data shows this niche expertise commands 30 to 50% higher rates than standard generalist management. It's a total game changer.
Which brings us to Section 4, landing your first client. Of course, all this pricing data is just pure theory until you actually have a paying client, right? So if you're starting with 0 experience, here is your execution playbook. Step 1, audit local businesses in your area. Look for gyms, salons, or real estate agents whose social pages haven't been touched in weeks or even months. Their inactivity is your opportunity. Step 2, send them a really simple, friendly DM or email. Just politely point out that you notice things have gone quiet and that you'd love to help them get consistent again. Step 3, offer your services for a discounted trial rate. Pitch your first month at around $300 to $500. Remember, the goal here isn't to get rich on day 1, it's to fix their consistency problem and prove your value. So, the crucial point here is that when you secure that discounted trial month and you actually deliver results, you earn something incredibly valuable. As the source material points out, a real-world testimonial is worth way more than any fancy course or certification. It is literally the ultimate social proof. You need to start confidently charging those higher 2026 rates we just talked about.
Finally, Section 5, The essential free tool stack.
One of the absolute best things about this specific side hustle is that the financial barrier to entry is zero. Literally zero. You don't need some expensive, enterprise-level software to do this job well. These specific, completely free tools handle the entire workflow. You can use Buffer or Later for scheduling posts in advance so you aren't stuck glued to your phone 24/7. Use Canva for creating crisp graphics and grabbing Reels templates. And use Meta Business Suite to manage both Facebook and Instagram from one totally unified dashboard. These tools keep the workload completely manageable for any beginner, and they cost absolutely nothing to set up.
And that wraps up the core of Day 33's social media management playbook. But looking ahead at our source material, I definitely want to give you a quick tease of Day 34. Tomorrow, we are covering a completely different method, one that earns you money from content without managing anyone else's accounts at all. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. And hey, if you haven't yet, go back and check out our explainers for days 1 through 32, where we've covered everything from flipping textbooks to doing voiceover work.
But for right now, I want to leave you with this. You have the exact roadmap. You know the daily tasks, you know the pricing strategies, you've got the free tools, and you know exactly how to find the opportunity. So take a look around your own community. Which inactive local business are you going to pitch today?